be it OpenAI, Gemini, Anthropic, Grok, or anyone else, whenever they announce a new model, they just say that it's the best model yet, it's the most advanced model yet. But we just don't feel it. And every single time they claim superiority, our experience, it just goes down the drain. And this experience, the worst experience, is limited to people who are not into coding, advanced mathematics, or advanced reasoning. It's mostly the people who are into content, creativity who suffer the most, because we feel like that the AI has gone to shit. If you remember when GPT-5 was launched, a lot of people who were avid users of ChatGPT, they complained, they made a lot of noise that they want their 4.0 model back because they were just not feeling it, whatever GPT-5 was doing. We still are not. A lot of us are not. We call GPT-5 slower, less creative, even outright dumber. So at one end, we have the model, and on the other side, we have the users. And somehow, both of them are right. Weird, right? And I'm going to tell you why. So every new LLM is benchmarked, is evaluated against some benchmarks. And these benchmarks evaluate LLMs based on their coding skills, reasoning, mathematics, and everything and anything which is measurable. Like for example, we have HumanEval, which is used to gauge the coding skills of any LLM in very simple terms. Similarly, we have GSM 8K, which is used to evaluate an LLM on its mathematical skills. So anytime a new LLM is being launched, they are usually evaluated against these benchmarks. And if they perform better against these benchmarks or show some improvement, the companies who build those LLMs or are getting evaluated, they just claim that the newest model is smarter, it's better, it's very close to AGI. And the reason is because there is now a number to prove it. And there is one area where these numbers don't work, and that is creativity.
Shall not pass!
One of the most famous movies in our time is Lord of the Rings. And I'm not comparing against the books. Within the movie world itself, it's one of the best. It's almost 9 plus out of 10 on IMDb, but still there are people who rated it 1 out of 10. So you cannot satisfy everyone, unfortunately. And that's the nature of creative work, because no matter how good your work is, there will always be someone who will criticize it. So when it comes to creativity, there is no universally correct answer, right? It's very subjective, it's very objective, and it depends on a lot of things: my mood, my current state of mind, how I woke up, my socio-economic upbringing, things like that. So every creative work, be it movies, songs, ad copies, it connects deeply with some people but does not connect with everyone. And my point is that nothing can ever be 10 out of 10. Creativity doesn't operate in absolute because it works in opinions. And that's why benchmarking creativity is next to impossible, because there is no common scale. There is nothing to benchmark against. Something I like, you may not like it, right? I created this thumbnail for this video. I personally liked it. A lot of people will not like it. Some will like it. Some will have no opinion at all. You cannot please everyone. And that's the problem with AI, unable to please everyone with its creativity. So when you start to train a system on measurable outcomes, it tries to learn and get better at that thing anyway. Right and wrong, how can I produce something which works and it doesn't work, things like that. So when it cannot comprehend that, when it cannot arrive at a conclusion that if the creativity that's being demanded is at par or not, it usually comes down to the averages. So what happens is that these models, they start favoring safe, predictable responses because it doesn't want to come across as polarized, so it takes safer bets. And creativity dislikes safe bets. And that is the reason that programmers, they would say that yes, the model has improved a lot, it's compiling without any errors, any bugs. But on the other side, we, the marketeers, people who deal with content, we think that the model has just lost its personality. And it's not just the benchmarks, it's how the feedback system it works, how it gets trained as well. There is a chance that it might be the humans who you can blame for these things. Let me tell you something about RLHF, which is reinforced learning from human feedback. And how it works is that after all these benchmarkings and the training is done, it goes to humans, and the humans, we rate the output of the current model, the model that is being evaluated. We tell the model what's an accepted output, what's not an accepted outcome. Do you really think that every model out there is pushing out M dashes because it just imagined it, it just hallucinated it? No, because there was a set of humans who just told the LLM that using M dashes everywhere is acceptable. Even though most of us, we don't even know what the shortcut for M dash is, we end up using hyphens and dash. And coming back to RLHF, the goal of this training is to make the model safer, more predictable, more helpful, less offensive, something which is more aligned with what humans are expecting and what humans want from the LLM. So that's why you must have thought that why does my LLM, it keeps agreeing with whatever I say. It never goes into the offensive. And that is because 1,000 of raters, they have told the LLM, they have evaluated it, they have just instructed the LLM that what's good, what's right, what's bad, what to avoid. And because of that, LLM, it tries to avoid polarization. And if you think about it, creativity is polarizing by nature. So if you go back to the Lord of the Ring example, the creativity there, it appeased a lot of people. A lot of people loved it, while some people got confused and maybe got offended as well. That's where AI tries to find the middle ground, and the middle ground is the average. And when it comes to creativity, average doesn't work. So these new models, they sound more agreeable, more neutral, more inoffensive, I would say. And because of that, there is nothing original in their outcomes. And that is why with every new model, it sounds smoother, but less alive, more retard.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
So the problem is not that AI is getting dumber, it's just that AI, it's just trying to be good at everything. It's trying to resolve everything. Think about it as like left brain, right brain equilibrium, right? So one part of it is very good at coding, reasoning, mathematics. The other part, which is more into creativity and content and original ideas, that part is still trying to keep up. So in the future, what I'm thinking, what I'm expecting is that there will be two different set of models. One which will be focusing more on the logical part of things, more Boolean, which is true and false. And the other part, the other model that I'm expecting that someone would build will be more into creativity, more offensive, more polarized, tuned for creativity, emotion, tone and aesthetic judgment. And unfortunately, this is my personal opinion as well. The reason this is not happening is because unfortunately AI can only be built by techies and people who are in tech, right? So they will always think like a tech person, not as a creative person, right? So if creative people can start building their own LLMs, I'm pretty sure the training will be very different. It will be very innovative, very creativity driven, very original, I would say. But when it's built by programmers, they focus more on Boolean part of things, true and false, binary systems, 0 and 1. So yeah, I mean, for now, I think we are just stuck with whatever we have. For all my marketing friends, I have been repeating this constantly in all of my videos that maybe avoid AI for strategies, original ideas, content. Use it for automation, just like most people do outside of our creative network, right? So use that for automation, use that for making your recurring tasks simpler, easier, faster. Leave the creativity for yourself. Leave the original idea creation for yourself. Leave this strategy planning for yourself. So the next time you hear someone say that, this AI is getting dumber, maybe it's not. Think about it. It's just getting better. It's one thing. It's just still trying to figure out the other part. Even Lord of the Rings got 1-star reviews. Even Game of Thrones, the final episode, it had 10-star reviews as well. So, well, opinions They all carry the world of creativity, so you can't do anything about it. Machines can learn from logic, from protocols, from rules, but creativity usually means not agreeing with everything. Sometimes we disagree. We don't have to see the things the same way. We can have different opinion. We can imagine things. That is all creativity, which is the backbone of marketing. But it's just a dream for now. So I'm just thinking out loud.